Specifically focusing on that Midwestern region, we can see in central Illinois we have an excessive heat warning. Let's take a look at Phoenix, where the temperature feels like 115 degrees, making our way to Dallas, where it's 104, Chicago 102, and that's in effect until 8:15 tonight, right along I-70. There are watches in place in southern Illinois, close to that warning we saw. Severe thunderstorm warnings tonight.
I know we're feeling it here in New York. Today could be the hottest day of the year for the city.
Pennsylvania farmers are having to adapt to the changing climate and the heat that comes along with it.
Yankee Stadium was filled with orange smoke from the Canadian wildfires. The hazy conditions were bad enough to postpone the game.
50 million Americans with ragweed pollen allergies could be affected as we continue through this fall season. Saturday, it's game day, and if you can't get to lower ground, try to find a more central part of your home. Saturday starting off with pretty comfortable temperatures, about 60 degrees in the morning. A few things to keep in mind with severe weather, especially with tornadoes. There's a difference between watches and warnings, but by midday at 3 p.m., temperatures will have risen to 87 degrees. Heading into the weekend, things will begin to cool off, but they'll still remain seasonable. It's almost double the amount of rainfall that we've gotten this April alone, so I would recommend bringing a poncho along with you just to be safe. Taking a look at our satellite and radar, we can see that a low pressure system is forming over parts of Oklahoma and Kansas, with a warm front and cold front associated with it. Just to the east, we can see some severe storms forming, and I'll touch on that in a little bit. Speaking of some severe weather, we have a tornado warning in effect for Lafayette County in Illinois, and that's in effect until 8:15 tonight, right along I-70. Now, when you have a tornado warning, you want to take shelter immediately, and places to do that would be the basement of your home or lower ground. And if you can't do that, try to find a more central part of the building that you're in, and a great place would be your bathroom. A few things to keep in mind with severe weather, especially with tornadoes. There's a difference between watches and warnings. With warnings in effect, that means something has touched ground and you will want to take shelter immediately. But with both watches and warnings, you'll always want to keep weather aware and up to date on the most current conditions to stay safe. Speaking of some other severe weather associated with tornadoes, there are watches in effect, not just that one warning. There's watches in southern Illinois, and then moving south just a little bit, we can see that there's also watches in effect in Arkansas, Louisiana, and even parts of Texas. Taking a closer look, we can see that there's no more tornado warnings in effect, but there are severe thunderstorm warnings. This one in White County, Arkansas is in effect until 8:15 p.m. tonight, and in Jefferson County until 8:30 p.m. tonight. And with both of those locations, severe hail and gusty winds are possible. Taking a look just a little bit more south, there's no more warnings and watches in effect, but there is some heavy rain still, and that's moving into the Shreveport area. Speaking of, we do have a live cam in Shreveport. You can see that there's very low visibility, it's very wet outside, and that rain is starting to move into the area. Something else to just keep in mind for some severe weather that's possible, there will be some scattered to strong severe storms in northern Texas, Oklahoma, and even moving into Little Rock.